As we see earlier on, NBA Commissioner David Stern performing the ring ceremony and watching that banner elevated to the rafters. A very proud moment indeed. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the NBA. Regular season now underway. Opening day of the NBA. The preseason is now over, and the real games can begin. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. What an exciting game. Opening night in the NBA. State Farm presents the starting lineups. First for the Timberwolves, Nate Robinson is out there with Allen. And the big man playing center, Mehmet Okur. They look to him to provide that necessary presence down low. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Haslem in at the power forward. And for Dallas, Deron Williams out there at Beaubois. They've got Amir Johnson. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. Then it's Dang, and it's Boozer in at the power forward.
Well, the Timberwolves are hoping that they've found some answers at the point guard position. The veteran Luke Ridnour really played a steady role for them a year ago, but Johnny Flynn, their top draft pick in 2009, missed almost 30 games and really struggled on the court.
So Dallas will get the first possession. The feed to Beaubois. Screen by Boozer. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Ray Allen picks one up. Well, speaking of the Wolves' need for more depth at point guard, it's hard not to think back to that 2009 draft part.
Yeah, in that draft, Kevin, the Timberwolves drafted 3 point guards in the first round. Johnny Flynn was yet to live up to the number 6 pick that he was. Ricky Rubio has yet to join the team, and maybe the best of the 3, Ty Lawson, they traded away to Denver and really didn't get a whole lot in return. So you can see why a team that has struggled and been bad continues to struggle and be bad.
Questionable personnel moves, you're right.
Yeah.
The shot by Williams, no good.
Tough miss. I mean, not much defense. He had a really good look at the hoop.
James buries it from 14 feet.
Boy, he just seems to score so easily. The game comes very simply to him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I caught up with Coach Rick Adelman. He said that he has a team prep for the shot blockers their opponents feature and has a countermeasure for it. He said we're going to turn things around on them, getting them up in the air with pump fakes, creating some contact, and get them in foul trouble. Let's see if they're successful.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like that one they're facing today, Clark has certainly got their attention.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they need to dictate what they do offensively instead of taking what's available. Take what you want.
Steve?
Well, that's the only way to go. I mean, this is a game about aggressiveness, and if they're not aggressive, that defense is just going to swallow them up.
And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Boy, what a tough break. I hope he doesn't have to miss too much of the action.
Well, we'll find out in a little bit. Man, let's just hope he's okay.
And so he makes both from the line.
I like the fact that the Mavs were a really strong team at home, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it seems like each year they find a way to win in front of a terrific home crowd.
LeBron against Dang. Shot clock at 6. Williams against Robinson. They get it again. Outside Williams. Robinson picks him up. Williams dishes to Boozer. No good. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. Back to the Mavs, that home crowd. They also have another guy who's pretty important in that audience. That's their owner. You know, Steve, he's watching every game in Dallas.
Yeah, from right behind the bench, too. That's something that the team has grown accustomed to. And Mark Cuban has been a terrific owner for the Mavericks. He's turned that franchise around, and he's really a major part of their culture.
Williams missing again.
Slow start here, just 1 for 5 to begin the game.
From about 16, and again it's Minnesota converting. Here's Williams. About 3.5 minutes left in the first. Parker outside. Back to Williams. Robinson picks him up. Over Allen. Money on the 10-footer. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Guys, how good is Williams at drawing contact when he penetrates? He's got the strength to get by defenders and then the savvy to get them up in the air and draw fouls.
Guarded by Robinson. Williams kicks to Parker. And Boozer backs in. Shot clock at 5. Going back to Williams in contact, it takes its toll on defenders too, knowing that, you know, if they're going to gamble and try to reach in on this guy, they're going to get tagged with a foul.
Yeah, I like his dexterity, his agility, his strength, and he's a terrific ball handler. Really handles the ball well in tight quarters, so he puts a lot of pressure on defenders and a lot of times ends up drawing fouls because of that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Erdan's checked in for Johnson. Salmons comes in for Luol Deng. And Darko White subbed in for Anthony Parker. A moment for the Gatorade injury report.
Guys, I was able to catch up with the Mavericks head athletic trainer, Casey Smith. He informed me that the injury is a strain to his lower back. For an injury to occur at this time of the year, well, any kind of momentum you hope to build early in a season can be lost. Just like that. Let's hope it's a quick recovery, guys.
Good stuff, Doris. Thanks, Clark. It's got to be a tough time for him.
Yeah, Kevin, you wish they weren't, but injuries are really a part of the game, and sooner or later, just about everybody has to deal with them in some form or fashion.
Well, hopefully we'll get some good news next time we have an update on it.
LeBron passes to Haslem. Allen, White covering. Allen shot is off. Mavericks trailed by 3.
Another Coach of the Year winner here, and Rick Carlisle, he took the award back in 2002 when he was with the Pistons. He's proved since then that he knows exactly what to do in leading the team no matter where he is.
No reason not to pull up for the 3 right there.
Here is Williams. 6 points for him. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Back, Clark, to what you were saying about Carlisle, he has shown flexibility in his style, too. You know, Steve, he's changed up a little bit from what he was earlier in his career.
Yeah, he's adapted to his talent base. Basically, his Detroit teams were really defensive-minded, but he's been able to thrive playing a more up-tempo style in Dallas with the Mavs.
It's stolen by Milicic.
And nice swipe there. You could see his eyes get wide open when he saw the opportunity to take the ball. Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys.
Allen against White. Allen hits the reach-in call. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Guys, he's going to have to be careful here. You don't want to pick up your 3rd foul in the first quarter.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Amir Johnson's checked in for Semi Erdan. Bass comes in for Carlos Boozer. And it's Dang in for Darko White. And then for Minnesota, Mehmet Okur is checked in for Milicic. Frye comes in for Udonis Haslem. And it's Terry in for Ray Allen.
Well, the Timberwolves were one of the worst teams in the NBA last year, and playing in that Western Conference is tough. They went just 7 and 45 against conference foes.
Okur for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
He's usually a great 3-ball shooter, but the defense disrupted him. Excellent work. He really got there to force that miss.
Totally agree. He really influenced that release, didn't he?
Well, for a team like that, Steve, struggling like the Wolves did last season, the Western Conference, not exactly a forgiving place. Clark, that's just amazing. Just 7 wins with 45 losses within their conference.
Yeah, and you've got to start looking at yourself as a player. I mean, you can't make excuses. Everybody on the team has to certainly try to get better. You do look at the talent level and see where you can improve that. Sometimes losing can create friction and finger pointing, but the only way to get better is to hold yourself accountable and take responsibility.
And so here is Dallas following the basket by LeBron James.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 6.
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up next Sunday night, the Toronto Raptors hit the road for a duel with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The NBA season blasts off. It's the real deal.
And welcome back as we get rolling again here. A fresh NBA season tipping off here. Here is Robinson. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. This is the first they're seeing of the Timberwolves here. First game of the NBA's regular season for them.
And the records pretty much stayed true to form when these two clubs met a year ago.
Well, Steve said it just a second ago, Clark. The results were very good for them in this head-to-head matchup.
Better than very good. I mean, they swept them, guys.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You know, Dallas survived the Blazers in round 1 and had to deal with a much bigger threat in L.A. in round 2. Guys, that's what he does. I mean, he excelled at getting to the rim.
Here's the screen. Got a piece of it. Solo break.
So nasty. I mean, really nasty. He hit the bullseye with that dish.
That is simply poetry in motion.
Beautiful play, huh?
Here's Smith. Guarded by Robinson. Smith kicks to Bass. The dish now to Dang. 6 on the shot clock. Now Pierce defending. It's Parker outside. Gets it to go. Parker's got 5 points now in the quarter. Back to the Mavs for just a moment. What a message they sent, Steve, by sweeping the Lakers in 4.
Well, that was the point where you knew they were a championship caliber team. I mean, they were, a lot of people expected them to actually lose to Portland in the first round. When they won that series, it was like, okay, but you sweep the Lakers, man, that's something.
For 3, Pierce gets it to go. Pierce has got his second basket of the night.
So tough to hit a 3 like that in transition.
Smith kicks to Bass. Shoots from 12. Shot is off. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. Launches it. Rebound by Smith. Milicic, who's guarded by Johnson. Outside Terry. And it's Terry again missing.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
It's stolen by Haslem. Over Smith. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Dang. There's the dish to Bass. Oh, that's blocked. Timberwolves leading by 6. The pull-up. That's good from Paul Pierce on the assist by Robinson. Robinson's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a kind of a slow oozing of Nate Robinson's role from being a major part of what the Knicks did a few years ago to now being pretty much a role player.
Shot from the top of the key. That's good. Robinson's got his first basket of the night. And the Mavericks call time here.
The coach doesn't look pleased at all. He's going to try to iron things out.
The brought up Robinson, Clark. Didn't see the minutes he was used to with Boston. Certainly with New York. Then he was eventually traded to the Thunder. And I always felt, Steve, like they were trying to figure out how he fit with that team.
Well, the big thing, Kevin, was it was more about the trade for Perkins. And I thought the salary for Nate Robinson made the trade add up. There never really was a spot for him. So I think for Nate Robinson, he's going to have to find a team that can really use his skill set because there was a logjam at that position in Oklahoma City. Well, the Timberwolves looking to get a win here on the road, and last season that was a major issue for them. In fact, only one team, the Wizards, had a worse record on the road.
And both free throws good for Johnson. Well, for those Timberwolves, Clark, how do you think they can turn around that road record?
Well, how much time do I have, Kevin? I mean, there are a lot of things that you need to look at trying to answer that. It starts with taking care of the ball, Timberwolves had the most turnovers of anybody in the league, and on the road, you got to really value it. I mean, that's one way you have a chance to win on the road is if you maximize possessions and don't turn it over.
Williams dishes to Boozer. The shot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
I thought that one was going to go.
You know, Steve, most of the time it does go.
White against LeBron. Williams against Pierce. Lifts up, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steve, and that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Allen, that's good.
Pretty pass there, right where he needed to put it.
Mavericks trailed by 11, and the Mavericks call time here.
Well, the sweet shooting Ray Allen last year set the record for most three-pointers made in a career. Really just a testament to how dedicated he's been to the craft of shooting the ball.
A different look for Dallas. Erdan's checked in for Johnson. Salmons comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Ish Smith in for Tariq White. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Channing Frye's checked in for Pierce. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Nate Robinson. Salmons, no luck. And Clark for Ray Allen. Not only has he made a lot of threes, he has been tremendously accurate. Steve, he's one of only 40 players in league history to shoot over 40% from distance for his career.
And it's not just the percentage, Kevin. It's the number of clutch shots he hits. It's the range. It's his ability to get a shot even on his own. He's not just a spot-up guy. He can score in so many different ways. One of the great shooting guards of all time, really.
Fast break. Here we go. Fades and shoots. That drops. 8 points for Darren Williams.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
50 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Smith outside. Dishes it to Boozer. Pass to Williams. Clock at 6. Left side Williams. Over Allen. Williams can't get it to go.
I tell you what, despite the miss, he shouldn't hesitate to take those kinds of looks when he gets them. That's a good shot.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Left side Williams. Over Allen. And it's Williams again missing. There's Allen. That's good on the assist from Channing Frye. 11 points for Allen. And so that brings the first half to a close. Timberwolves lead by 14.
And welcome. The NBA season is in its early stages, which means we're just getting all warm and cozy here on the HP Halftime Report. The Minnesota Timberwolves have the lead against Dallas. They've done a fantastic job pushing the break and the tempo, easy buckets in transition. And LeBron is absolutely dominating. 13 points and a great field goal percentage, too, making his shots count. And on the other side, Dallas just keeps on scrapping. They're looking to climb above 500 here in the early going. Getting it done early, Darren Williams. He's got 8 points and has contributed with the assists as well. It hasn't been exactly a back-and-forth battle, but these two trading their fair share of buckets. And now let's go around the league to catch up on other NBA action. And another game that also finished up. The Suns over at U.S. Airways Center losing to the Warriors. They'll want to do better next time out. Corey Maggette led the team in points. And now here's what's going on in the rest of the association. At the Rose Garden, the Trail Blazers are winning over the Rockets. They ended up just taking that game over. They were in complete control. Their top scorer, Tyreke Evans. And that'll do it for us here. Let's get you back out to Kevin Harlan and the 2K broadcasting crew for the second half.
I'm the best on
And welcome back, 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. What a season in store for us. Here's Terry. It's a 14-point game.
Boy, how good were the Mavericks last year against the Western Conference? They won 35 times against Western opponents.
No luck. Mavericks trailed by 14. Outside Dang. Feeds to Johnson. Robinson on him. 13 feet out. And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got the first field goal of the second half for the Mavs. Going back now to the Mavs, they didn't win the division, Clark, but they nabbed the 3 seed in the playoffs. And that played a nice part of it.
Yeah, you know, they edged out the Thunder by 2 wins, and the difference there was the record of those 2 teams against the Western Conference. So I know it's a long season, and sometimes it's hard to value every game. But when you're a playoff team, a contending championship team, every game does mean something during that regular season.
Absolutely.
Salmon's in his first full year with the Bucks couldn't match his play from the year before.
Steve, going back to Salmons, he saw his field goal percentage drop to 42% last year.
Well, it was due in large part because of the start of the season. He got off to a really, really difficult beginning, shooting under 40% for the first 3 months. Did finish strong, though, so hopefully he can build on that this season.
First personal foul, 10 seconds.
Here's Williams. He's got 8. Johnson with a screen on Robinson. Here's Boozer. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Haslem's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Terry outside. That's good.
This team just looking to run at every opportunity.
Circles around them is what they're doing. I mean, pushing the tempo and really enjoying an advantage there.
And the Mavericks call time here. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Boy, last season they were phenomenal on the glass. I mean, everybody took pride in rebounding the basketball on both ends of the floor. Not just defensively, they got to that offensive glass as well. A terrific offensive rebounding team.
Outside Williams. Over Robinson. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, that's a really good look, but even as good a shooter as he is, they're not all going to fall.
Haslem, that's good.
You can say anything you want about this guy. He's played well in every area.
And you know what? That tells you what kind of game it's been for him. Well-rounded, highly productive in all areas.
That's good.
Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Tell you what, whether there's an opening or not, this guy's going to attack the rim regardless.
Terry against Salmons. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And a moment now to check out who Minnesota has coming up. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. A different look for Dallas. Bass comes in for Amir Johnson. And Tariq White subbed in for John Salmons. Ray Allen is checked in for Minnesota. Here's Allen. 11 points in the game. He feeds it to LeBron. He's covered by Dang. Allen kicks to Robinson. And stolen by Darren Williams.
You know, they've really done a terrific job of holding onto the ball here, Kevin. It's been a good one for Williams. He's got 8 points, and he's had a steal in there, too.
Well, the defense has really been the key to this game, and he's setting the tone.
You're right, only 2 turnovers for the entire game.
Boy, that's excellent. That is a tremendous number, and they've been excellent in that area all game long, and that's one of the reasons that they're playing as well as they are.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, the Minnesota Timberwolves' struggles have been wide-ranging. Offense was definitely a big problem. They tried to push the pace to get easier shots. They were, in fact, number 1 in pace of play last season with 99 possessions a game.
Well, it's too bad, Clark. You bring up an interesting this pace thing, which a lot of coaches talk about, a lot of scouts zero in on. The Timberwolves first in pace last season in the league, but Steve, they were tied for 7th least in fast break points.
Well, that doesn't bode well, does it? Play fast but don't score? Man, no wonder they were so bad last year. Just another one of his many post moves down low.
LeBron passes to Okur. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
You look at how they've been scoring the basketball, and it's really fun to watch them because all the baskets are coming off assists.
Well, keep that in mind. I mean, they're a much more efficient team when they make that extra pass. When they get in trouble, it's when they're taking quick shots.
6 to shoot. Bass dishes to Williams. And Bass kicks to Williams. Here's White. No luck. And Minnesota the other way now.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Good. Haslem's got 6 points in the quarter.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart too, Steve. They've just been very, very good.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Got just enough of him on the way out to draw that whistle.
I thought that was a good call, Steve. I mean, you could see how that affected his shot just a little bit.
NBA legend Rick Barry wrote that he thinks the players today are much better ball handlers than in his era. Would you agree, Clark?
Yeah, I certainly would. I mean, you think about it, players nowadays idolize the Magics and the Iversons of the world, and they have a lot more good ball handlers to look at and pattern themselves after.
Smith against Robinson. Smith outside. Guarded by Robinson. Dallas, no good that time either. In what ways do you think the players of Barry's era were better?
You know what? It's interesting. I think players in the era of Rick Barry understood how to play more. Without the ball especially. Guys now are so locked into having the ball that they're not as effective without it.
Robinson against Smith. Robinson is whistled for reaching in. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that one misses. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Channing Frye's checked in for Okur. Wright comes in for Udonis Haslem. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Ray Allen. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Nate Robinson. Ridnour covered by Smith. Ridnour's shot is off.
And Luke Ridnour quietly put together a solid season statistically for the Timberwolves. Of course, it was a very difficult year. They didn't win many games, but Ridnour was one of the lone bright spots.
Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, he had to fade away there. The defense was all over him, and he got it off, just couldn't get it to go. They're in a groove now. These three-pointers just falling at will here in the second half.
Yeah, I think the defense has got major headaches because this team's just not missing.
You talked about Ridnour. He is just what a young team can use with Clark, his ability to run an offense smoothly.
Yeah, I look at him maybe not as an elite level guard, but a really good one that's going to help your team run better and is going to be positive in terms of what he brings as a professional to your group. I mean, he's the kind of guy you see great value in running that point guard spot for you.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And the Mavericks with some changes. Amir Johnson's checked in for Boozer. Sanders comes in for Luol Deng. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Ish Smith. The and one is good, so a three-point play that time. Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Pierce the pass to Ridnour. Pierce against Sanders. The pass to Ridnour. Terry. Outside Pierce. And a miss there on the triple. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Well, why eat at the drive-thru when you can sit down at the buffet and have all you can eat, Clark?
Well, I know you've been listening, partner. I like that. That's exactly what you need to do. Take advantage of what's available.
And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
the NBA season gathers momentum. The Washington Wizards go up against the Detroit Pistons. It's the NBA next Sunday.
While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. It's the Timberwolves with the spark of the game with that push we saw. They have had the answer for every defense they've had thrown their way and keep adding to their lead. There has been no let-up in play, and they should have a strong fourth. Let's see how it turns out, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
He dishes it to Haslem. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's now got 4 assists now tonight. Allen against Salmons. Defended by Allen. Salmons kicks to Williams. From deep. And it's Haslem with the rebound. Haslem's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Shot seems to be a little awry today, just off a fraction. They've got to have him pick it up, though, and soon.
Outside Williams. Salmons against Allen. Straight up. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Here's Johnson, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Great execution coming off that inbounds play.
Here's LeBron. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Boy, almost got the and one, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Well, he did get the trip to the foul line, though, Steve. That's a nice move. I don't think you want to make too much of a big deal over it, but you look at the numbers in the NBA Finals, and LeBron just wasn't himself late in games. Some of that you have to credit to Dallas. I still think he was a factor on the floor, but not in the way he wanted to be.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Brandon Bass is checked in for Boozer. Dang comes in for Larry Sanders. And Anthony Parker is subbed in for John Salmons. Williams dishes to Bass. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Well, Clark, you brought up LeBron, and in that final series against Dallas, it was really interesting. He just didn't attack the rim like he had previously. Some of that was the Dallas defense, but I think some of it, too, was that he lost confidence in his jump shots. And Dallas, as a result, really packed the paint and made it difficult for him to find a driving lane. And LeBron really adding to his off-the-court interest. Last summer, he became a part owner of the Liverpool Football Club in England. Seems to have an awful lot on his plate.
And making a change here, the Timberwolves. Channing Frye's checked in for Okur. Pierce comes in for Udonis Haslem. Antoine Wright's checked in for Ray Allen. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Steve Blake. They get the rebound. Bass. Timberwolves leading by 18. Here's LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got his 8th assist in the game. Talking about LeBron, I would say it would all depend on his involvement with the club. It has the potential to be a distraction, though. What do you think?
I think the potential is very small. I mean, again, LeBron is a very diversified guy from a business standpoint. I look at it simply as another way to broaden his investment pool. I don't think he's going to have involvement on a day-to-day basis. Distraction for him, I think it's a non-issue.
Strong with the shot, but it bounces soft and falls. LeBron's now got 9 points now in just the second half. Williams passes to Dang. Johnson with it, working on Frye. Right against Dang, over James, and again Luol Deng. Tang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
The leader. The second chance effort, and Johnson puts it in.
Well, that's a nice job on the boards to allow them a second high-quality look.
LeBron kicks to Wright. Outside Pierce. Over Dang. The shot by Pierce will not go. Mavericks trailed by 16. Outside Dang. Easy shot. That's good on the jump shot.
Seems to be recovering after that rough first half. Really starting to play well here.
Robinson dishes to LeBron. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bass. Bucket's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, they really used the height advantage there down on the block.
Minnesota calls timeout. They lead by 12. 1:51 left here in the 4th quarter. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
And making a change here, the Mavericks. White's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Milicic comes in for Mehmet Okur. And Channing Frye's subbed in for Udonis Haslem. There's 1:47 left to play here in the 4th. Outside Williams. Over Pierce. Shot's good by Williams. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Man, first look, I don't know. Guys, tough to tell just how bad it is.
For his sake, we're hoping he's okay.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Salmons comes in for Darko White. And it's Ish Smith in for Darren Williams. Anthony Parker's checked in for Dallas. Darko White comes in for Ish Smith. Ridnour from outside. Another miss by Minnesota. Here's Dallas. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
There's a lot of contact there. Good call.
You know, he bothered his shot, but he still got a pair of free throws out of it.
Ish Smith, he's checked in for Anthony Parker. So he gets them both. Here's Ridnour. Blake for 3. The rebound by Johnson. Mavericks trail by 10, and they're pushing it up. White. Anthony Smith with the assist that time.
You know, guys, most coaches prefer you drive the lane in transition, but this time the floor opened up for him out on the 3-point line.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're up by 7. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. John Salmons, he's checked in for Dallas. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Frye. LeBron comes in for Luke Ridnour. And it's Terry in for Steve Blake. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. The 10-footer. The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's now got 11 in the second half. White against Terry. Shot's good by Boozer.
Well done, finishing that one off.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
That's going to be tough here, Clark.
You know, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they need some big plays to steal this one.
Here's Dang. No good on the 3.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Yeah, looks like this one's out of reach.
Yep, just a matter of the clock running out now.
Shot by Terry, no good. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, unless something dramatic and drastic occurs.
Yeah, something crazy would have to happen. I think you can pretty much put a bow on this one. Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Haslem.
Well, credit the defense, but you've got to be more careful with the ball.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.